So I already mentioned to you there are two kinds, transmit and receive. The difference is that in transmission, you drive the current around the core to generate V1, RF magnetic field. In receiving, the core integrates the loop. So, to basically, you are talking about induced EMF. That's our signal, okay? If you are interested in, of course, you can, for example, look at some of the papers available, and I wrote a review paper in 2007. So that's where you may find some details as to how these devices work. So market opportunity justification. Why can we make living by making RF codes? What's very interesting is that you see MRI scanner. Typically, when you go to the hospital and then you are scanned in a big MRI scanner, I would think that most likely it's going to be 1.5 Tesla scanner or 3 Tesla scanner. As you know, Tesla is a unit to measure the magnetic field. And they are costing from, let's say, $1.5 billion to $2 billion, I mean $3 billion per MRI scanner. However, what's very interesting is that given a MRI scanner, you have an opportunity for many specialized RF codes for optimizing signal to noise. Why signal to noise? Because higher signal to noise means higher image quality, so that you can zoom into your tissues or diseases better, so that you can be cured hopefully. All right. So given an MRI scan, the body, our body, has head, neck, spine, shoulder, knee, wrist, breast, cardiac, you name it, right? So for these different anatomies, we have a dedicated RF code to optimize signal to noise for better image quality. Well, I already mentioned to you, MRI scanner, mostly clinical scanners are 1.5 Tesla and 3 Tesla MRI scanners. Okay. Now, you can just think of this as when you buy a car, you can buy a 4-cylinder engine, 6-cylinder engine, 8-cylinder engine, or 12-cylinder engines, right? So the bigger the engine is, of course, the faster. So it's not quite accurate to make an analogy this way, but you can, in your mind, you can think that, okay, so in the MRI industry, you have a 4-cylinder equivalent, 1.5 Tesla scanner, 6-cylinder, equivalent, 3 Tesla scanner, 12-cylinder equivalent, 7 Tesla scanner. You see, that's how you can kind of perhaps imagine. Now, so for the clinical market, we have 1.5 and 3T. Could be more, but I'm just limiting my story. And you have at least 5 major big names in the industry: Siemens, GE, Philips, Toshiba, and Hitachi. So your market of RF code is number of RF codes. Let's say 10 codes per scanner. Number of MRI scanner type, as I said, 1.5T and 3T, so 2 types, let's say, right? And then number of OEMs. You have a, 5 in this case. And then each big, these big companies can sell thousands of MRI scanners. So you do the multiplication, and then you have the market. That's the reason that we are very busy every day, and then we have so many exciting projects to make a next advancement in the imaging, industry. All right. By the way, if you have any questions, please feel free to stop me, because I have 20 minutes at the end, but I think it may be better for you to stop me as you have any questions, so that the session may become more interactive and then you can engage. Okay. All right. So we start with components. It can be inductors, capacitors, resistors, coppers, solders, and then we make a product. Of course, it takes much longer than that. But what is interesting is, often when you talk about the RF code, it can go from a simple device which may have 400 components to a very complicated device which could have 2,000 components or more. For that to work correctly, every single component has to function correctly. So you can only imagine when we make thousands of products. we have to have a quality control and accuracy to control the manufacturing quality, which is not easy to do. That's what we have been also been able to do very well for the last 4.5 years. All right. Okay. So today, what I will show is just a tip of the iceberg. I mean, as you all know, I'm just giving a very simple story. But once you go into each subject, it can be very, very complicated. But I hope you enjoy the talk. So I'm going to just limit the discussion to a very pictorial, components. As I mentioned to you, for us to be successful, we have to have partners, business partners. In our case, we have been very, very lucky because from day one of the QE, we have two biggest names in the industry. They are Siemens Healthcare in Germany and then Toshiba Medical System in Japan. They have basically supported us. I mean, they wanted us to develop next generation products for them, and it was absolutely wonderful for us to have these great names from day one, so that we were simply busy from day one. There was no time for us to say, all right, let's look for a customer who can buy our product. It wasn't like that. There was a project, these customers said, you have to have a product in 2 years, so these are the things that we want you to develop. Let's go. That was pretty much a discussion. But what I know is that it's easy to say that we have to have customers. But the way I can say that I was very fortunate was, you may remember I said, connecting dots in life. I was at US Instruments as a research and development R&D manager, working with these big companies. After GE Healthcare, I interacted with GE and others too. So for the last many years, the industry people, key people, knew me as to what we can do and then how I do things. So that's the reason that as soon as we started the business, they were engaged from day one. So once again, it's connecting dots in life. So what you do today is very important for tomorrow. That's something I tell myself actually. Okay, and occasionally, not occasionally, quite frequently, we have beers. These are some scenes from Germany. They drink beers as if they're waters. So to do business with them, it's quite challenging because you have to drink a lot of beers too. And then in Japan, we have to play golf with CEOs. So that's fun, but it takes some effort, especially when you are 12 hours behind. It's an interesting experience you have. All right. So let's talk about what we did for the last 4 years. Key thing here is that we were able to grow more than 1,500% in sales. And I would like you to keep in mind that we have never borrowed money up to this point, and no investors. So all the financial capabilities we have are generated within. So that's something I think may be interesting for you to be aware of.